Welcome to the swamp, the giant that the head ball coach awakened, one that thrived in urban renewal, and now one where only the Gators get out alive. Little gets the blood boiling, quite like a rivalry game. Barbs, shots, trash talk, things that go on throughout the week will now all be settled on this field. As we'll see the number 3 team in the country, the Miami Hurricanes, taking on the 7th-ranked team in the land, the Florida Gators. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Gators will kick it away first. Looking for an alley from inside his own 20. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They challenge this crowd to bring the energy, and I'd say they're doing that. On the ground with the counter. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain. No matter who's been leading the program, Miami always wants to be able to run the ball with some physicality.
Yeah, it starts everything. The line of scrimmage starts everything. That attitude starts everything. And the U is known for attitude. And when they play physical, they've got great teams.
They stop him just a link or two short of the first. And, man, what they can do on second down here. They have relished this tight victory since the last time these two got together, Pollard.
It's just winning is beautiful. And when you beat your rival and you get those bragging rights, Palmer, it is a glorious thing for a whole year and sometimes longer.
Well, that's the best thing about rivalry games like this. For the winning team, whoever pulls this one out here today, their fans are going to be bragging about this one for a long time.
Leaves it with the running back. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play. These two conferences largely share the same geographic footprint. The ACC loves it when they can take down a team from the SEC.
And we see these two conferences play each other oftentimes early in the season, late in the season. David, think about Clemson, South Carolina, Florida, Florida State. These players have a lot of familiarity with one another.
And this already matters so much to these kids because they grew up in the same area a lot of times, like Reese was talking about with the footprint. But how about in the past, too? When your undefeated league champion gets left out of the playoff for an SEC team, a little more fuel for the fire.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. He lobs one high down the left side. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Hurricanes! You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game, get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. First down for this offense. Power football with the run. At the 40, there he goes. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
Starting a drive like that really builds confidence. First down from the 45. To the ground. He's got it again. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
3rd and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? Back to throw. It's Lagway. Quick strike complete. The Gators will keep this drive going.
And how about that 3rd down? They go 5 wide. They spread the defense out, and at quarterback there, you're just trying to find your best one-on-one matchup. You're making a quick throw, and you're picking up the first to keep the drive going.
He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Get it out on the screen. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
Well, there was really nowhere to go for the quarterback with that football. He's just trying to check it down to his running back, and the defense was there, and they made the play.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. He's looking to throw. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the 1st down. Here's why this one's so much fun, guys. Early in the season, sort of a proving ground type of game for a couple of squads that believe they could win it all.
And we've heard so much in this offseason, right, about both of these teams and top 10 teams preseason. Now you get a chance to prove it. Like, now you get a chance to see who are the dudes on the squad. These are always fun early in the season, Jesse.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to find out what these teams are about because we've seen both teams beat up on weaker competition. We know they're both very talented, but let's see good against good and find out what they are.
A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making a good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. He's looking to throw. They're trying to get to it. The throw. Makes the grab down the middle. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the 1st down.
Great job by the quarterback thrown against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring.
Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Florida. Lining up to add another. Hit that one with some aggression for the point after. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown. And they finish it with an 11-yard touchdown dart. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game. So a lot to process and think about.
6-yard pickup on 1st down. Leaves them with 2nd and 4. They'll leave it with him. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the 1st down.
You wonder now on offense, have they found something in the run game? Finally, it's been tough for them to get the run game going, but they picked up a nice gain on that last one. Let's see if they go back to it.
From the gun, the running back has it. He stopped after getting a yard out to the 30. I know you want to prepare for every game the same way, but there's just something different about rivalry games, Jesse.
It's because, Reese, I think players are aware that games like this define your legacy as a player. Your record in rivalry games is something that people are going to talk about for years and years down the road. You have got to show up and play your best football in games like this.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
Get the quarterback off the spot. Make him flush from the pocket. Put a good hit on him. Check, check, check. You want to do everything you can to make the QB uncomfortable. The defense did all three of those on this play and finished it off with a nice lick, nice physical play on the quarterback.
Makes the grab. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. The Canes are on the move. The big fullback's got it. Not much working there. Second and 9. Got a little work done on first down, now back to the line. On second down, he'll let it fly. Makes the catch. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. Now facing a third down as they come back to the line after the break. Looking to throw for it. Grab near the marker is Carr. And he'll be marked down, but he's got enough to move the chains. Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Give to the running back. Stop is made at the 22. A 10-yard pickup and a first down just outside the red zone. Just moving those chains the way Frank Gore did back in the day.
Frank Gore, Willis McGahee, Edgerrin James, so many elite backs in Miami history. Finding that guy that you can give the ball to that's reliable, important part of the Canes tradition.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And that defender was just smothering the quarterback on that screen attempt. You know, the QB's taught to hold on to it to the last possible second. He had no shot trying to negotiate that defender.
Fires to the wideout. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little.
And that is a huge missed opportunity for the quarterback. You've got your guy wide open in the end zone. You're not under pressure. You just got to hit him. That ball got away, and that's one he'd like to have back.
Might have to give that coach a flag and a whistle. He was right on in his view of the play, and the officials agree and overturn the call. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. And the Canes racing to the line in the hurry-up. Looking for the end zone on second and goal. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown.
This is a guy that put a lot of pressure on himself coming into this season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout year. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done, and he's showing it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown on the season.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. Florida has the ball comes the offense. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
They'll go to the ground. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop it.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
Here they come, trying to convert a 3rd and short from the 28. To throw, it's Slagway. Throws for the tight end. And the pass is intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. Not only a great play, but tremendous discipline by this sophomore to make the pick. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Finds his tight end. And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, if the quarterback's patient most of the time, that drag route's going to come over.
Well, it's a huge play on the jet sweep, getting that first down. Defensively, I think everybody had their eyes in the backfield. They were not expecting that guy to get the football that quickly and be on the perimeter of the field.
They'll try to get it in with the run. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And you got to get locked in the red zone. A lot of defense coordinators will tell you, we'll give up yards, but we got to understand what we're trying to get accomplished. Great job down here near the goal line. This defense bowing their neck up and getting a big step.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You've got to think there's 11 guys on defense right now keying in on this running back. They've watched the tape. They've seen this guy gash defenses. He's scored a boatload of touchdowns this season. You're anticipating him getting the football here.
This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough, and now the offense faces 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Coming after it. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And now the lead is even bigger.
And he knocks another one through. And how about this kicker? Good way to start off your season, right? Like, what do you have at the spot? Sometimes you don't know. Can he make those kicks? Starting off, hasn't missed one yet. Been very dependable for this squad.
So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close, David.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now and you score so quickly, it's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You keep being aggressive.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Wide receiver shows motion. Looking downfield, it's Flagway. Zings it complete to the right. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
I think a big part of the formula to this team's success is their ability to get after the quarterback. In game 1, they had 6 sacks and obviously won that football game. They know coming into this one today, they have got to be able to get after the quarterback, and they're off to a great start.
And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field.
And that pass intercepted. Going the other way, and he's got room. Running inside the 20. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Gator! Lining up for the PAT. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Clemson made it look easy, but I promise you, there is nothing easy about a double-digit win on the road. And a win like this only confirms there is something special brewing with these Tigers. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings, and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
And they are looking for a ball play that'll work. Now facing 2nd and long from the 19. Got it in the middle. It's Duggan. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
It'll go out of bounds, and we'll see where they mark it. It's going to be right around the 35. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some 1st downs. Get some positive momentum.
Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. With jet sweep pass. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Clock winding towards 0. They'll get one more snap off. To the air. It's Flagway. Pressure coming. Defense was swarming around this quarterback, and he never had a chance to get it off. And down he goes, and we will head to halftime. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Miami 17, Florida 14.
And the Canes will kick it off to start the second half. So much for the touchback. Here he comes. He took the risk, bringing it out of the end zone, and he'll go out of bounds at the 20. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They start this third quarter, one-possession game, and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
On second down, he'll fire. Getting some heat. Oh, it's on the ground. Live ball. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
And this QB has the ability to make huge plays and scramble around and do things off schedule. But that time he coughed it up. Did a great job of getting outside the pocket, but the defense closed in, forced the fumble, recovered it. Great job by the defense.
Leaves it with the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. And the Hurricanes moving quickly to the line. Rides to the back. They get him stopped after a 2-yard gain. Ball is at the 17.
They're strong and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
Tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. Third and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock them up man-to-man, everybody on an island, everybody won. They get the incompletion now setting up for it.
Miami 17, Florida 14.
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Last time they had it, they put it on the deck. The football was not riveted to their rib cage, Jesse.
Need 5 points of pressure moving forward, no doubt. And I'll tell you, they knew coming into this game that turnovers were going to be critical. They might give themselves a mulligan for that one, David, but that can't keep happening.
Yeah, but don't change who you are and what you are. Don't get gun-shy because of mistakes. I think that usually turns into more mistakes. So keep doing you, keep being aggressive.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Dropping back, it's Lagway. Unloads to the wideout. Fires the pass, intercepted.
I'll tell you what, defensive players don't always see where the ball is. They see the receiver and they get to chase him, but really good job seeing where the receiver is, going and making an interception, making a big play, getting the ball back to your offense.
They're going to throw it to start the drive. Fires to the tight end. Across the 25, he's got room. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Finds a little bit of room, give him a couple down to the 23.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
He's back to throw on 2nd down. Fires left. He caught it. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
And they get nothing. The ball remains at the 2-yard line. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Running play to the left, looking for the end zone here. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone.
And the running back gets his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You can tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Miami 24, Florida 14.
On the run from inside his own 5. He's able to work his way across the 25 to the 26 before going out of bounds. The Gators sending the offense back to work. The deficit here is just 10 points, David, so a chance to answer here.
Plenty of time left in this football game. No need.
He lets it fly. He's got it inside the 30. The expressway is wide open. And he'll take it all the way. They couldn't bring him down. Touchdown, Florida! They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll bring it out. It's Washington. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return.
And the Miami offense will take over 1st and 10.
And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Colin.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
Quarterback moving. Going to try to get it himself. And he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end, nor the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
They'll try to bully their way for the first. And he got enough for the first down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head.
Yeah, and a nice job dialing up that short yardage situation play call there, David. They needed 1 yard, and they picked up 2.
Yeah, great job up front. Great job by the back knowing where they need to go. Nice having a hole you can get through and not have to just do it all on your own as a running back.
They'll give it to him again. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Fires to the big fella. At the 45 on his way. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42. The Hurricanes are moving quickly down the field. Off play action on first down. On the move, he fires. And his throw is incomplete.
I think as a quarterback, you get in your mind before the snap a lot of times where you're going with the football. And sometimes you lock on it a little bit too long. And right there, I think he did. He'd probably want that throw back.
Couldn't connect on that last play. Now 2nd and 10 from the 42. He's looking to throw. Fires deep toward the end zone. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Oh, the offense just not able to come up with that. You knew that was going to be a bang-bang play, right? They're taking a shot into the end zone. That's going to have to meet a contested catch on the back end, but he wasn't able to come up with it because of the hit.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Wide open downfield. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Miami!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled, you realize what's going on. Now, I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
You know, you start day one of training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a first down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over again. They're not sexy, they're not pretty, but in the end, they're effective, and they get you that new set of downs when you need them.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job, buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield, nothing there. So instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
There's nothing better than being a defensive lineman in a defense period that pressure the quarterback, that gets hits on him, that make him feel uncomfortable, especially when you come into their building and you get everybody really, really quiet. That's a great feeling.
Back to throw, it's Flagway. It's complete on the right side. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm. What better way than converting on third down? Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
They'll throw it on first down. Quick completion on the out route. Excellent job working through the air. They're finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down.
Well, that's one the DB, I think, would like to have back. Out route, he was in man coverage. If he could have just got out of his break a little bit sooner, he might have had a chance to intercept that one and take it to the house.
Looking to pass inside the red zone. Moves away as he feels pressure. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. Looking for more room. He's inside the 40. At the 20. And he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown, Cave. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
This guy really is the complete linebacker. Not only is he physical, and not only can he play downhill to stop the run, this guy is a weapon in pass coverage. You saw it on that play. What can't this guy do?
They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick six. And he's coming out of the end zone. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this third period.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Miami 38, Florida 21.
First down to start the drive after the break. Little touch pass to the receiver. And he finds enough running room, and he's marked down at the 20.
Man, the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, they've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is at all times.
He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over. Yeah, they're trailing here in the fourth quarter, but this dude can put up points quickly.
He tries to take the top off. What a grabble on the left sideline. Got the foot down in a strong throw. Put it right on the money. The Gators with the 1st and 10. Wide out in motion. They're going to throw it again. It's complete. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down.
As a defensive guy, it's so hard to cover these running backs out of the backfield because he starts to go to the flat. Oh, no, I got to go cover him, and then boom. He hits that angle route, cuts right inside, gets inside of me, and now I'm just chasing him, trying to get him on the ground. Nice route by the offense.
He's got it. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
Well, it's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out on the perimeter in space where you can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. That ball is intercepted at the goal line. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and beating the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Trying play action. Pocket starts to collapse. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
Really nice job by the defense. They know the quarterback was outside the pocket. They were still able to get a hat on him just as he was trying to make that throw and force the incompletion.
They run the reverse. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know, as an offense, oftentimes you try the reverse play because you're trying to take advantage of a defense over pursuing and by a lot of defensive team speed. Didn't work right there. Great discipline by this defense.
And they'll keep it away from the return man as the punt goes out of bounds. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Back to pass, it's flagged away. Gets away. And the defense is there. He got away for a second, but not for long as they knock him down for a loss. This is a 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And his 5th interception of the game, a miracle they haven't pulled him yet. Takes it the other way. Touchdown, Hurricane! A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense. They build this 4th quarter lead, and they are just minutes away from going 5-0. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. Oklahoma State is down, but they are not out of it. Not inside Boone Pickens Stadium, one of the best home field advantages in all of college football. They're trailing by just 4 to Penn State. We'll circle back if anything big happens you should know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Trying to get to him. Trying to buy a little time, and he cannot, but he does get it back closer to the line of scrimmage.
And this defense came to play. They know about the high-profile QB. They rose to the challenge and dominated.
And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
And when I got a stud quarterback like they do, I'm going to protect him. I'm going to make sure that I keep him upright because he can do some serious damage. But this defense applying pressure and applying the hammer in this football game.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. He's going to take off. Got his man on the right. And he's ridden to the ground, but there's also a flag down. Let's check the call. Remember, if your entire body is past the line of scrimmage when you throw the football, that's a penalty. He was, and the penalty will be accepted. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. They're bringing heat. And the pass is incomplete, but there is a flag on the field. Let's see if the offense gets a reprieve. And they'll take the result of the flag and move the offense back. See what they dial up on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Gonna let it fly. And that'll be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter on 1st down, but 2nd down's coming up.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the 4th.
And the Gators have it with a 1st and 10. Looking downfield, it's flag way. And they got him for the sack. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. That is the last thing you want on 1st down as an offensive sack. Now it's 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Feeling some heat. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man. Doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on. And now just throw another sack in the equation. Getting the quarterback, being disruptive. They've been all over the field.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And it's another interception as his assault on the record book continues. He goes